Hey guys, we're in Long Island City, New York, where we find a New York State farm brewery that uses special ingredients like coffee, honey, and my favorite, donuts to set their beers apart.
This place is so ingrained in the community, they even named their brewery after a local landmark that powered this place for a long time. This is Big aLICE Brewing Company. Let's get some drinks. Best brewery in Long Island City?
Best brewery in New York.
Co-owner Kyle Hurst opened Big aLICE in 2013 on a 10-gallon system.
The name Big aLICE comes from Alice Chalmers. It was the biggest power generating station in the world at the time. If you step outside the door, you actually can see it. There's these red white smokestacks that are on East River.
Cheers.
I can't give John enough praise.
After years of working in the brewery for free, Kyle named John his head brewer.
So we're here at Big aLICE and we have John. Great to meet you. So what are we drinking today?
We're gonna start with our honey wit. This is one of our spring summer seasonals. It's a Belgian white beer. We brew it with coriander, orange peel, and local New York State honey.
It's got a really nice color to it.
It's got a great color and it's got a little sweetness at the front of it. That really is very crisp.
4.8%, light, refreshing.
It really reminds you of like the first time when spring comes around, you step outside, you get all the floral notes from this, and the honey really sets it off. You guys are a farm brewery, so where are you guys getting this honey from? This is all local honey.
Yeah, so we're a New York State farm brewery. Under that license, 20% of all the malts and hops on every beer that we brew comes from a New York State farm. This beer in particular, we also use New York State honey. We work with Wilk Apiary, based here in Queens, and we also sponsor our own local hive just a couple blocks away.
You're telling me you have your own bees? That's amazing.
Pretty special.
Who has their own bees?
I'm gonna be crushing these all summer long, guys. Very sessionable, right? You could drink this all day long at the beach, at the park, at your kids' little league games. Just put it in a cup, no one will know.
I always go for the honey wit.
I am drinking the honey wit with orange.
I taste a lot of
Citrus?
A lot of temperaments.
I like that it just tastes like a glass of oranges. It's exciting.
The man knows his temperaments.
Because everything's farm to tap, everything's locally sourced as and when they can.
How do you feel about a brewery owning its own bees?
We need more bees. Bees are dying.
Next we have our Queensbridge IPA. This is our biggest seller. We brew this with Citra and Mosaic.
This is highly pleasurable just breathing it in.
So the smell just has a ton of hops in it right away. And when you go to taste it, it's citrusy, it's melony. I think there might be schnozberries in this, guys. I don't know what's in this, but it's effing delicious. What's the ABV on it?
6.2.
Okay, perfect.
Now, I'll say this. I've had a lot of IPAs in my life. I've never had a melon flavored IPA like this before, where it's really just hits you right in the front of the tongue and you really feel it going all the way to the back of the mouth. This has a full body flavor, but yet it's still light and it just comes across like fully rounded, completely completed IPA.
It drinks very easy for 6.2.
I'm drinking it, I get the fruitiness in the front, and then as it goes down, the bitterness kicks in, which is nice. My tongue is going through an adventure right now, but it's delicious. It's really, really delicious.
We call this an East Coast style IPA. It's a lot of late additions on the hops, a lot of aroma, very little early bitterness hops.
I do like this a lot. It's very light. Most people just hate that massive hoppy flavor that just plows its way through, but this doesn't do that.
Good beer, man. That is delicious.
That is delicious, actually.
Have you had the Queensbridge?
I crossed it a few times.
I hear you're from Alaska. In Alaska, what does everyone really go for? The IPAs.
Now, what do you think is about the big craze with the IPA? Why people love it so much?
For years now, IPA has been the most popular style, and we've gone through phases where people say that's going to phase out and change. And this has become the quintessential craft beer. It's that in-your-face hoppiness.
I love this brewery.
Little Grace.
So we're trying now the Grisette. What is a Grisette? Everyone might want to know. John, what is this?
Grisette is a Belgian-style beer. Really light, sessionable, low ABV. Originally made for miners in Belgium.
Grisette means gray in French.
It actually means little gray.
Little gray. Sorry.
Very light in color.
It's very light.
Nice clarity.
Nice, yeah, very clear. It's more of a refreshing summertime beer. Now this has an interesting nose on it.
Yeah, it does a very interesting nose.
This is our Grisette. We age it in oak barrels for 5 months with Brett Brooks. It's a wild strain of yeast. So everything you're getting in the nose, that funky barnyard hay.
Yeah, earthy.
That's
very
all.
earthy.
Very earthy.
I've never actually drank a Grisette. This is my first one, and the flavor is absolutely, it's like totally blowing my taste buds are kind of going crazy right now.
Very light, very refreshing, but yeah, that Brettanomyces just kind of takes that beer over.
Makes me feel happy.
Grisettes are a style that I really love. Personally, we like pushing boundaries and stuff on what we can and can't do.
Cheers.
Good job, John.
Thanks, guys.
I'm naturally a ginger. I have no soul. Would you like a beer?
This is What's Up, Doc. This is a collaboration we did with our neighbors down the street, Rockaway Brewing. It's a tart farmhouse brewed with carrot and ginger.
Carrot? Why are you wearing those bunny ears?
Gee, the beer has carrots in it.
Where were we?
You know what's crazy? How much sweetness carrots bring to something. You taste the spiciness of the ginger in this. It's got a very medium mouthfeel to it. Color is absolutely beautiful.
So this is a farmhouse style beer. We use a farmhouse yeast. A brief souring period in the kettle to bring that pH down, just give it a little tartness. We use ginger in the boil, that's what's gonna give it that spice there.
Yep.
And then we use the local New York State carrots. We juice them and add them directly to the beer post-fermentation.
What made you guys say, you know what, it's gonna be really great in this beer? Carrot.
Carrots and ginger, those two flavors just work so well together, so why not in beer?
What's the ABV on this?
6.7.
6.7. That's carrots and ginger, so it's good for you.
It's actually better than kimchi.
Yeah, so the ginger in this gives you that spiciness to it. If you guys are out, if you're in New York, anywhere in the area, this is gonna come down here, it's gonna challenge your palate. Beer nerds, get down here immediately. Cheers.
Cheers.
Great job.
It's amazing to get so many distinct taps and flavors. Without fail, they have at least 12 to 14 different beers on tap.
With the variety of the beers we have on tap, we want people to come here, we want them to sit down, we want them to have a few. We want to challenge people's palates to go outside their comfort zone with some of these, try things that maybe they haven't had before.
Your palate just keeps changing drastically from beer to beer here. It's a new flavor experience every single time that you have one of these. And I am aware that I'm wearing rabbit ears and you may not take my words seriously.
Next, we're gonna move on to our stout here. This is a date night bro. This has become pretty much a year-round stout for us.
Immediately, John, the nose on this is exactly what I want to smell when I start drinking a stout.
Ton of coffee in the nose. So we brew this beer with coffee and donuts.
Donuts?
Wait, what did you just say?
Donuts.
Donuts?
Donuts.
What kind of donuts are you using?
So we use just plain old-fashioned donuts.
It smells like coffee, it smells like breakfast.
Yeah, so we work with a local coffee roaster, native roasters out of Long Island City here. They have a special blend of beans that they do for us for this beer.
Very low on acidity for something brewed with coffee. It's a medium type body to it. I thought it'd be thicker.
I use some oats in the process that's gonna build it up a little bit.
You know, you have a stout, you kind of go in expecting that thick, just meaty flavor to hit you, but it's not happening here with this. This as soon as it hits your tongue, it just immediately melts away, like you're having a dessert almost.
I'm smelling like cookies and peanut butter.
Everything you want in a dessert treat as an adult.
The coffee flavor behind this, the body of it, it is an absolutely beautiful beer.
Thank you.
You guys are doing unbelievable work here. Mike, get a close up on the color of this, man.
Check out how dark that is.
That is
amazing. There's sun hitting this beer, people. Sunlight.
My wife and I were at the laundromat. A group of cops come in the laundromat, and this one came up to us and was just like, "Date night, bro?" And I was pretty pissed off in the moment.
Cops like donuts.
Date night, bro?
Date night, bro.
I'm drinking the date night, bro.
The roastiness, the nice coffee consistency and everything.
I actually don't really gravitate to stouts that much. It said coffee, donuts, so I was like...
Doesn't like beer and donuts.
I smell the donuts, it tastes a lot better.
Without doubt, it's don't even bother going to the places in Manhattan, Brooklyn and bypass. Just come to aLICE.
Everything, the melting pot that is Queens is insane. In Long Island City, it's an industrial area. You would never expect to find this here. There's so many breweries here.
Come to Long Island City. We have this really vibrant craft beer scene. Fifth Hammer Brewing Company, Rockaway opened, Transmitter, aLICe beer projects.
So Long Island City's become a beer drinking destination. Walk the streets, drink some beers.
Spend a day, come visit us all and try everything.
Cheers. Hey guys, I want to thank Big aLICE for having us out today. It's been amazing. We have some great beers. We've had some great company. Guys, thank us for having us here.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Guys, come down to Big aLICE, drink some beers.
For the love of beer. Cheers.
Cheers, bud. Cheers, Mark. Cheers, John. Good job, brother.
I have to tell you, you have resting drunk face.
Hashtag resting drunk face. Black and tan official.
I'm very scared in front of cameras.
The camera's fake. This is a big ploy to get free beer.